I've often been told that the American dream is a mirage seen only through the filter of optimism. I remember the moment I first laid eyes on the sprawling skyline of New York City, the sun glinting off the glass towers like a million tiny stars. My heart soared with hope, gripping my father's hand in disbelief. We had fled our war-torn homeland, driven by the hope for a better future. The United States, this land of opportunity, welcomed us, or so we thought. Upon arriving, my family quickly settled into a modest apartment in a neighborhood bustling with diverse cultures. My wife, Leila, enrolled in English classes. Our children, Omar and Aisha, were eager for their first day of school. I found work in construction, rising with the sun to earn our keep. With each nail driven into wood, I envisioned a brighter future, where my children could thrive without the shadow of fear. The first few months were filled with hard work and laughter. I felt a sense of belonging, a camaraderie with my fellow workers. But slowly an unsettling feeling coiled in my stomach like a dark snake. My first encounter with racism came as a harsh reality check. It was a bright Tuesday afternoon when I was pulled over for the first time. The police car's lights flashed in my rearview mirror, accentuating my heartbeat that quickened with apprehension. The officer approached my window, sunglasses shielding his eyes, and asked the routine questions that felt nothing short of an interrogation. "Where are you from?" he asked, his tone laced with suspicion. I replied, "I'm from Syria," hoping to convey that I was just like any other man, someone who dreamed of peace and opportunity. But in that moment I realized that the color of my skin and the name on my driver's license set me apart. "Stay here, please," he commanded, instructing me to step out of my vehicle. As I stood on the sidewalk, sweat dripped down my back under the unforgiving sunlight. The officer searched my car, rifling through personal belongings, all while I stared at the ground. A mix of shame and indignation churned inside me. An hour later, after finding nothing incriminating, I was allowed to leave. But the experience left an indelible mark, the taste of humiliation lingering long after. I thought I could suppress my feelings of injustice, but the world around me began to reveal more instances of suspicion and disdain. Neighbors eyed us warily, and the comment "go back where you belong" lingered behind me on grocery store aisles like a shadow. Each shaky smile exchanged with a store clerk felt tainted with falsehood, a grim reminder that we were outsiders in the land that vowed security and promise. My children returned home from school with stories that broke my heart, taunts and bullying from peers who were supposed to be their friends. Omar, once upbeat and cheerful, trudged through the door each day defeated. Aisha clutched her books, tears welling in her eyes, whispering of names and laughter directed at her. "Why, Baba," they would ask, "why don't they like us?" The question clawed at my heart, one to which I had no answer. How could I explain that hate often stems from ignorance? In a desperate attempt to provide stability, I began house hunting, dreaming of a place we could call our own. After careful searching, I found a quaint home that felt like us. I enthusiastically applied for a mortgage equipped with my steady job and hard-earned savings. But the result came back as a gut punch, a rejection letter tainted with discrimination. I dug deeper, discovering that my application had been pushed to the back of the line. The interest rates applied to me were higher than those given to my white colleagues, leaving us grappling with an unattainable dream. Disappointment constricted around my chest, darkening the hopes I had clung to since we arrived. Is this what you came here for? I asked myself, standing alone in the living room, staring at faded walls that echoed back my silent doubts. The optimism I had nurtured began to wither, threatening to drown in the ocean of despair. Even against these waves of adversity, something profound stirred within me, a stubborn ember refusing to be extinguished. I knew I had a choice: to succumb to bitterness or to stand tall for the dreams I held for my family. I chose resilience. I sought support from local organizations dedicated to combating discrimination. I educated myself about my rights and fostered connections within the community, fortifying my resolve. My voice grew louder as I learned the power of community support, igniting a determination within me that transcended mere survival. I began to volunteer at schools and community centers, teaching others about their rights, and sharing my story became part of my healing process. I organized workshops, empowering others like me to rise against the injustices we faced. I felt an awakening. Every interaction with my community became a reminder that I wasn't alone in this struggle. As I forged ahead, I witnessed change, albeit gradual. More families reached out, sharing their own stories, and together we became a chorus of resilience against a society steeped in prejudice. The journey has not been simple. It is a complex tapestry woven with defeats and victories, but above all, it stands as a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure. I watch my children run in the backyard, laughing with newfound friends, something I once feared would never happen. Years later, as I sit on our front porch, I gaze at the home that is now ours, a testament to our fight against adversity. I realize that while I may have left behind a land of war, I brought with me an unyielding spirit that pushed against injustice and continued to seek out hope. Ahmed's journey is not finished, nor is it perfect, but it remains a tapestry filled with threads of hope, resilience, and an unyielding commitment to build a brighter future for my children, a life no longer defined by the color of my skin, but by the dreams we dare to chase.